This time of year in the South, perfect fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll start the drive with Love here. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time. And
you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from it. Incomplete pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Corral from the gun on 3rd down here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it in this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 1st down, here's Love. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's Love again. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Falcons had 1-6 now, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Hitting London coming across the field. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Straight ahead running. Here's Love. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. J.C. Horn up to make the tackle.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Cooley knocks this one through the post, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Marshall coming in motion right. Corral to throw on first and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Panthers have recovered. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. Exactly right.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Corral takes a shotgun snap. And it's intercepted.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked to these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game's slowing down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Corral. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position, So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
So on fourth down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Corral with it on first down. Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. D'Angelo Malone in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Throwing on second and long. Corral to Chenault on the slant.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On third down, here's Corral. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Back to throw again. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Here we go. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his man, London, right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these 2 teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this 2nd half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the 1st half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Corral with it, 1st down here. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Foreman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Corral on first down. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Corral. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to here.
Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Wrecking the defense there was Brandon Smith. Back to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 14. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback. And
I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly. Got in there and made the play.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Credit Corey Littleton blowing that play up. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll run with Foreman. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They run again with Foreman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Now Foreman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. A carry for Foreman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Third and goal. Here's Corral. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a first down and 1 less down to try and get it. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Ultra.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll send a big tight end in motion right. On 2nd down now. Foreman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 12-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Option play, right side, Corral. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Matt Corral with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Panthers will add to their 4th quarter lead. Important extra point up and through, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I say that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect